Dinosaur. He sounds like a dinosaur. Hey guys, welcome back. So I got a quick little review video for y'all today on these two palettes right here. This is the Bad Habit Beauty Supernova palette, and this one is the Bad Habit Beauty Solstice palette. So pretty. So we're gonna do like we normally do in my review videos. We will talk about the pricing, we'll look at packaging, we'll look at some swatches, I'll talk about the formula of these shadows and just how they are to work with, and just give you my overall thoughts and reviews on these palettes. So let's get to it. So starting with pricing and packaging, these palettes retail for $16 a piece on the Shop Hush app. And when I got mine, I got them in a bundle. It was $24 for two of them. So $12 a palette, which is awesome. That's just an insane price point. But even $16 a piece is a great price point for these palettes. As far as the packaging goes, this is what Supernova looks like, the outside sleeve. So it's like a beautiful pinky purpley sort of a color, and it's like metallic-y, and I don't even know how to describe those lines, like zebra lines or lines in a leaf or something. Really beautiful. I love the look of them. And then this one is Solstice, so this one's kind of more yellowy orange. Again, those kind of like, I guess you'd call them like zebra sort of stripes, or like, I don't know, lines in the sand dunes of the desert, maybe? I don't know. I don't even know, but they're really pretty. And then the actual palettes themselves, these are really nice. So they are a cardboard, but they're like a weighty, nice cardboard. They feel very nice for the price point. And then the packaging is just so pretty to look at. So that is what the palette looks like themselves. And then the Supernova, as far as what you get in here, each of them has a mirror, which is really nice, and it is a functional, good mirror. So the Supernova is a very cool toned, shimmery palette. So there's a lot of purples, taupes, there's a blue in there. So it's that very cool tone sort of a look. There aren't very many mattes in here. There are only 4 mattes in this one. The rest are shimmery. So this one is supposed to be duping the Natasha Denona Lila palette. I don't own that one to be able to compare, but I have heard that they are very similar. So yeah, just a very cool toned, shimmery, purpley, taupey sort of a palette. I think the packaging is really pretty too, that it goes along with it. So that is that one. And then the Solstice, this is a very warm toned palette. I do feel like this one is different. I mean, a little different. This one is supposed to be duping the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. I don't own that one to be able to compare it either, but I have heard it's very similar. The garbage man is here, who always sounds like a dinosaur. Dinosaur. He sounds like a dinosaur. Okay, now that the dinosaur sounding garbage truck has moved along, so obviously there are a lot of warm tone palettes out there, but what I feel like makes this one a little bit different are the yellows and the golds in here. And those are in some palettes, obviously. I mean, that's definitely out there too, but I feel like so many of them that are out in that warm tone family are like peachy, and just in that family, like very peachy toned. A lot of peachy tones, a lot of kind of coppery shades, whereas this one has more of the yellow side of that. So I feel like it's a little bit something different, but I mean, it is still, it's a warm tone palette, but it's beautiful. There are more mattes in this one. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mattes, and then the rest are shimmery. So that is what that one looks like. Obviously the packaging goes along with the color theme inside. So pretty. So now let's get to some swatches. Okay, starting with Supernova, on the top left side of the palette, this is Sirius, Red Giant, Brilliance, Solar, Interstellar. Second row, this is Ursa, Andromeda, Nebula, Cosmos, Zenith. Bottom row of the palette, this is Lunar, Spirit, Aurora, Flare, and Celestial. So you can see all super duper pigmented, really beautiful. They swatch beautifully. Now for the Solstice palette, starting at the top left side of the palette, this is Spring, Winter, Equinox, Twilight, Earth. Second row, this is Dawn, Summer. I love that shade, so pretty. Soul, Basque, Fall. Bottom row of the palette, this is Rays. I was gonna say days, but it's not days, it's rays. Next is Golden Hour, Dusk, Helios, and Eclipse. So pretty. Again, super pigmented. And really quickly, since I didn't get a chance to film a tutorial on this look, I'm gonna run you through how I got it. So from the Solstice palette, I have Spring in my crease. So that was the first shade I applied. Then I applied a little bit of Fall, kind of just right over that to deepen it up a little bit. Then I went into my Supernova palette and I got some of Nebula and kind of applied that into my crease, concentrating it more on the outer corner, but I did put a little bit into my crease. And then just while I have this palette open, I put a little bit of this in my outer corner, but that was my last step. This one is Celestial, so I put a little bit of that in my outer corner. And then kind of the shimmery shade is Dawn from the Solstice palette. So I have that one right in the center of my lid, applied with MAC Fix Plus to really kick it up, but I mean, it's super pigmented by itself. And then just for a little added fun, this little bit of yellow right there, I used a pencil brush and got just a little bit of Summer and just kind of like applied it just right there. I don't know why, just to add a little bit of yellow fun pop there. So did that. Is there anything else I used? Oh, my lower lash line. What did I use on my lower lash line? From Supernova, I used Solar on my lower lash line. So yeah, that's what we got going on with my eye look today. That's how I got it. Then as far as the formula goes on these shadows, just how they are to work with, and then my overall thoughts and review on these palettes, I really like the formula of these shadows. Now they are a soft formula, so you'll probably see in the Solstice palette, your palette will get a little bit dusty as you're working with them because they just are a soft shadow. But I notice more kick up in the pan than fallout on the face. I do notice a little bit of fallout, but not a ton. That's not a make it or break it for me, but that's just an FYI to you if it is. But again, I notice more kick up in the pan than I notice fallout on the face. So I would say just as you're working with these, don't dig your brush in. You don't need to do that because they're super duper pigmented already. They really build on themselves really nicely, so you don't have to dig your brush in there, and tap off your brush before you use them. So I think kind of like tweaking your application technique a little tiny bit, and just kind of knowing what kind of a formula this is, I think they're really nice to work with. I love them. I think they're super pigmented. The mattes are blendable, really nice creamy texture to them, so they blend well. They don't drag, they don't get patchy, but they still kind of like keep their separation of color. Just a really nice formula. And then the shimmers are super shimmery. There are some that are kind of like a more loose, sort of like a pressed pigment, like that one and that one. They're just more of a loose sort of a shadow. So I like to use these kinds with MAC Fix Plus or some kind of a setting spray or something to kind of give them a little bit of something to adhere them with. So just know that some of them are a little bit looser kind of a formula. But super pigmented. Again, I'm talking about both of them. I'm holding up the Solstice, but I'm talking about the Supernova too. They're just really nice, super pigmented, easy to work with as long as you tap off your brush and just don't use a ton of product. Build them up slowly. You really don't even need to do a ton of building, just a little bit of building. So do that little bit of building slowly and just use a little tiny bit of product, and I think you'll really like them. They wear very well throughout the day too. I don't notice significant fading, if any at all. They keep their vibrancy. They're just beautiful, super easy to work with. So yeah, it's probably already pretty obvious, but I love these. I highly recommend them. I think they are super nice quality. I would recommend these at even $30, but at $16, or if you buy them in the bundle, $12 a piece. They're just like knock it out of the park amazing. I love them. I think I love them way more because of the price point. I just get more excited about affordable makeup than I do pricier makeup any day. So I think I love them even more because of their low price point, but they're an awesome quality palette that I think could stand up against the high-end ones too. So yeah. Love them. All right, guys, so that's my overall thoughts and review on these palettes. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video and hope it was helpful for you. Please give a thumbs up if it was, and let me know down below if you've tried these palettes. What do you think about them? I would love to know your thoughts and opinions. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.